Spokesman Peter Lerner. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. How will Israel respond to what happened last night?
Mark, there's a vast different types of tools that we have in our toolbox. I think that the most important thing is today is that as we look at their onslaught, 180 ballistic missiles towards Israel, indiscriminately fired, as you just mentioned, and listening to Eleanor, and the fear that she felt as so many, 10 million Israelis sought cover, an unacceptable, unfathomable reality for anybody in the world. Iran has to pay, and as the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister and our IDF Chief of Staff said very, very clearly, we will exert the response in a way we see fit. But absolutely, there has to be something that it's a very clear message that Iran cannot be allowed to get away with what they did yesterday.
I mean, there are suggestions that Benjamin Netanyahu and his government see this as an opportunity to cause real damage to Iran. Would Benjamin Netanyahu relish a war with Iran, is my question.
As an IDF spokesperson, Mark, what I can say is that Iran is the puppet master of every single thing of the destabilization of this region. They have surrounded Israel with their proxies, but their reach goes well beyond the Middle East. Hamas would not have had the tools to conduct the 7th of October attack without Iran. The Houthis would not have an arsenal to launch cruise missiles against Israel if it were not for Iran. And Hezbollah would not have had the most significant non-state actor army were it not for Iranian money, training and equipping. So when we say and identify Iran as the problem of this and the source of destabilization, we need to try and change that reality, and there needs to be a better future for the region. So of course, I think we need to step away and not talk about political opportunities. There's an opportunity here for a safer, securer region. Iran has to be put in its place, and it has to be stopped. And we're very, I would say, comforted both by the strong words of President Biden and Prime Minister Starmer. I think that there is a very, very clear message that the world needs to send to Iran that they cannot get away with what they're doing.
But there is also a clear message from the United States that they want a calibrated response that does not spark a conflagration. Is Israel listening to the United States?
Mark, we always listen to our allies. At the end of the day, everybody's saying a very, very clear message. Israel has the right to self-defense. Iran, as we pointed out, with what we're seeing today with Hezbollah, this huge terror army on our border, Iran is losing that asset that they thought that they could use to terror Israel. And that, I think, is a very, very clear message that Iran has to realize that there are rules to the existence, and you cannot indiscriminately fire 180 ballistic missiles and expect to get away with it. So, of course, there is, as I said in the opening message, we have a vast amount of different tools that we could utilize, and we will make the necessary steps, and the government will instruct us to operate, and we will implement that.
Okay, we've got to leave it there. Just in 20 seconds, do we expect an Israeli response in the coming hours or the coming days? When should we expect one?
We will act in accordance to the Israeli interests. We're currently focused on fighting back and making sure that Hezbollah hasn't got the opportunity and the ability to attack us from the border of Lebanon. That is the primary focus currently, but we will definitely calibrate and talk about and discuss, and the government will instruct us to operate.